The cheapy Shipwreck. I know you play a lot of Switch games.
I play a fair amount. Yes.
Have you started using folders?
I have not. I don't care. I mean, I guess it's great, but like, I don't know. I don't have that big of a memory card for my Switch to store games on, so I'm routinely just deleting and installing. And a lot of my Switch games are also on cartridges, so I don't know. It's good. I'm glad they added an option to sort your games rather than a big long scrolling list. But anything that Nintendo does to like modernize and add like simple features is always appreciated.
And funny. Because they're always 5 years late. And it doesn't matter. Because people just buy it anyway.
Well, there's nothing there to buy. It's just free.
No, I'm saying they put out they put out stuff that doesn't have like basic features that you'd expect, but it doesn't matter. They still sell 100 million units anyway.
Exactly, because they make fun games that have wide appeal, right? Like there's not a mystery there. Like if you want to play games with your family or kids, or you like Nintendo games, that's where they're at.
That is true.
I mean, both my kids are constantly playing on their Switches. So, Dash has been playing that Nickelodeon Smash Brothers.
Oh, is that any good? Is that All-Star Brawl or something?
Yeah, All-Star. So it's good for what it is, right? Like he doesn't know like hardly any of the characters in this. That's the weirdest thing about this. They made this Nickelodeon game with all of these like 90s Nickelodeon 90s and 2000s Nickelodeon characters. So he gets it and he's like, all right, I'm gonna play as all the Ninja Turtle characters, Michelangelo, Leonardo, Shredder, April O'Neil. Like those are his go-tos. And then it's just like he knows SpongeBob because we've watched that SpongeBob movie. But then he's like, I'm the toast guy this time. Like from Ren and Stimpy, Powder Toast Man. I'm like, it's just like a weird mixture of characters, but the difficulty settings are really good for younger players because you can put it on very easy, and it's the same combat like type stuff as what Super Smash Brothers is, right? You're trying to knock them off the sides, but it's a shorter, less frustrating experience than Smash Brothers is for him. So I appreciate that because he calls this Super Smash Brothers 2 is what he calls it.
Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Have you ever played Brawlhalla? Have you ever given that one a shot?
I'm not a Super Smash Brothers player.
I meant him. Although that's not. Nah, you know what? I'd take it back because that's online only, and you don't want to play.
He's not interested in that.
Yeah. It's the same game. It's all the same game, but that one's a free to play. So.
Yeah, like he's more up to speed on like Cat Dog. Cat Dog is the kind of character that he wants to see and not know anything about.
I never liked that show.
No, nobody did, I don't think. But it's an interesting, like the character design's good.
Is it?
Yeah. Half a cat, half a dog, you put them together.
Half a cat, half a dog, a penis in the middle. I never understood that show.
What else?
Remember that game Evolve? Remember that huge success?
Yes.
Okay. Remember like how we were just talking about games and services and everyone's trying to do one?
The thing about Evolve that I remember is the huge wall of awards that it had at E3.
Yep. It won all the awards.
Not just that, but the huge mass of people like waiting to play it and just watching it being played.
I remember getting bumped at our appointment for Steven Spielberg. For that game.
That was for Evolve? I thought that was
Evolve. Wasn't it Evolve?
I don't know. Maybe
it was Evolve. It was Evolve, yeah.
TP and I played it.
Huh?
TP and I definitely played Evolve at E3. I can't remember if you were at that one or
I was
or not when we played it. It might have been there multiple years. I don't know.
Who knows? Anyway, it doesn't matter. So now they're making a Ghostbusters version of that game.
It's not the same people, is it?
No, it's not the same people. But it's the same concept for players.
No story.
Ghostbusters. There is a story, sort of. Did you not watch the trailer? No.
I did. No, they look good from what I saw.
Yeah. You got 4. You could either be a Ghostbuster or you could be the ghost.
All right.
And you could either be busted or a buster.
Can we do, if you can do like player versus environment, that'd be good. You know, like I want to team up with humans and fight the AI ghosts in like movie scenarios. And they have to have all the music from the movie.
It might. It seems to have a pretty good grasp on the license. It has Dan Aykroyd. It has Ernie Hudson.
Bill Murray?
Probably not.
Oh.
But
you have to have the music. It's very important.
Yeah.
I don't mean just the song. Get all the music.
Butterscotch Pony 666 in the chat says it's from the same people who made the Friday the 13th game, which I actually have played. That's not terrible. If
right.
they did a good job with that license. They got screwed and had to stop making stuff for that game. That's a whole other thing.
Oh, because the licensing thing?
It was a licensing thing and it wasn't their fault.
No.
There was a lawsuit between other people. One guy claimed that he owned the license and another person claimed that he owned the license. And that lawsuit, I believe, is still ongoing. So they can't do anything with that license until that lawsuit is settled. Which, sucks for them, but now they're working on Ghostbusters instead.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder when it's going to come out. Probably.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm
Maybe
ready for
we'll be old
Ghostbusters.
men.
I do like Ghostbusters a lot, so.
I'm glad you do.
I think
I'm past Ghostbusters.
I'm ready for more good. The other Ghostbusters game was good.
It's not that I don't like Ghostbusters. I don't, for some reason, don't have that reverence towards it that a lot of people seem to have.
Bustin' makes me feel good.
I mean, it makes everyone feel good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What else?
Let's see. Oh, this Suicide Squad game that was supposed to come out this fall, I think, is now being moved to spring 2023, which makes sense because the Gotham game,
is that this year?
That's supposed to still come out this year. So I don't think they wanted to have the Gotham game and the Suicide Squad game come out within like a month of each other.
Which one is the Rocksteady game?
That one is the Suicide Squad.
Got it.
Yeah, Suicide Squad is Rocksteady, but that's the one that they're saying they need more time on, which could also be very possible. And I could also see the one to put at least 6 months between the two DC comic Batman adjacent games.
I'm questioning the business move of having Rocksteady work on a Suicide Squad game.
I think there's a lot of potential there.
I mean, like, I'm sure they could make a fine game, but I'm saying you have like access to
the other A-tier DC characters.
It seems like why risk? Why take the risk? Like, what are we doing here? We're not reinventing the wheel. Let's
just make a Batman. Just make another Batman.
Or like, who are the other big heavy hitters? Superman could make a good game. Well, I don't know, but that's hard. But I'm just saying,
it was hard.
Suicide Squad could be tough.
I don't know. I mean, you have Deadshot. I mean, it's just a guy with a gun. I mean, it's not like
I just don't feel like it's putting asses in seats. Suicide
Captain
Squad.
Boomerang. You don't want to throw boomerangs at people.
I'm just saying, like, it's not that exciting. It's not a big name. It's not Spider-Man. Can they get Spider-Man? Is he available?
They cannot. I believe that Spider-Man is unavailable.
Maybe DLC. Well, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, maybe. I mean, I'm sure it'll be good. The Guardians of the Galaxy game was surprisingly good, right?
Yet it was not financially
Exactly.
But I think
but it's on Game Pass now. Have you played it, Chibi?
I already bought it. I remember I bought it.
And, you did. Okay.
And said it was going to be on Game Pass soon after I bought it. And yeah, I'm sure it's what you're ice skating uphill, right? Like,
well, I feel kind of the same way with that. What is it? Gotham Knights? Is that the name of the other one? It's like, what are we doing? Why are we Batman adjacent constantly? Like, is
Batman not in that game?
No.
Who's in Gotham Knights?
It's Robin, Nightwing.
Oh, it's that crew, the Titans crew.
Batgirl. It's that group.
It's Bat Family. It's Batman adjacent. It's like, hey, Oh no, Batman's coming. Oh, Batman's not here anymore. Well, now you have to deal with me. And it's Robin. It's like,
Great. Is Titans canceled yet, by the way?
I don't think so. I think they may be doing another.
That's only because of so many streaming services, and they'll just put anything on there.
I know.
I feel like. Anyway, what else? What else is going on?
What
is that
else?
it for the fortnightly news?
I think that's it for news. I mean, I think we did a good job on it.
Excellent.
I think we killed it.
What are we playing?
I've been playing. I checked out some Shredders. That was
a little bit of that.
The game. You hate that game, I'm sure, Wombat.
It's not that I hate it. I just was like, eh.
Yeah, you're like, I'm out pretty quickly on that one, right? You're out.
I feel like I've seen everything there is to see on that game already.
How far did you get?
I snowboarded down a mountain.
Okay.
I did some jumps and some flips, and I went on a tube, like a pipe, and I went and got points. Is there anything else to do?
Did you collect letters?
I didn't collect any letters.
Okay. That gives me a good frame of reference of how far you got.
Okay.
I'm enjoying it. It definitely doesn't reinvent the wheel. This is a snowboarding game made by an indie developer. Like, somehow this game has the longest loading times of any Xbox One Series X game that I've ever seen. It's like, why am I on a loading screen for like 20 seconds here? What are we doing?
Oh, we can play Elden Ring.
This is not the experience that I'm used to on Xbox. But it's entertaining to me. I'm gonna play some more of it. It has the right hook of like, oh, this I can do better at runs and tricks and everything. The control scheme takes a little bit getting used to because none of the face buttons are used.
Sticks.
So sticks and shoulder and triggers. So the right trigger is how you like prepare to jump and how you release to jump, right? But then at the same time, you're having to prepare to spin by using like the right stick, and the right shoulder button and the left shoulder buttons are how you do like grabs, and the left stick is how you do like flips and rotations that way. So it's a lot of like, oh, I came off that ramp and I forgot to let go of the trigger button.
Right. And then and now I have carpal tunnel.
Right. Like, so when you do it right and you get like in a groove, it feels nice. But at the same time, it's like you have to be really thinking your way through like what these controls are, because it's not how you typically hold a controller when you're playing a game.
Right. I think I'm out.
Yeah, no, it's
my hands hurt just thinking about it.
It's like low budget, like the voice acting is like from actual, I'm assuming it's from actual snowboarders. Like there's people and they have licenses and stuff. Like you can have like Oakley and I think Burton and like all the extreme sports licenses are in here, right? Which is wild, and it seems like there's like actual snowboarding, but like the humor and writing is like really dry and not delivered great, but at the same time it's like delivered in a way that's like they're trying. And so I don't know, it's a weird experience the way, like, Wombat, how would you describe that? You're a voice acting guru.
It's fine. You know what? I skipped every cutscene. So,
oh man,
after the first one, I saw there was like, well, first of all, no one has a mouth in the game, which I think is something that's important that you didn't bring up.
Yeah, but they also comment on that. Yeah. Like, there's jokes built in around that. Like,
I miss those, that they have no mouths. No one has a face.
Right. And there's like literally lines in the game, like where you meet like, I don't know, famous snowboarder number 1, and it's got his name. I don't know what his Keb something maybe. And he's like, oh, you might have not recognized me because I have these goggles and this hat and my mouth is covered. Right. So they're like very cognizant of like, hey, we're an indie studio that we can't afford to do.
We can't afford faces. So, which I get, and I actually think it's very smart that they did it that way, to be honest. But it did make me laugh that no one has a face.
Yeah, and they're in on the joke as well.
Yeah.